Today we're going to be going over a great football IQ quiz to test your guys' knowledge of just generally the game and certain aspects of coverages and offensive play concepts. So how this video is going to go, you guys, is I'm going to draw up a defense on this whiteboard, and then I'm going to pause the video, or give you guys a chance to pause the video and think about what type of coverage it is that I'm drawing up. So one of the most important things, especially as an offensive player, is coverage recognition. You come up to the line of scrimmage, whether you're a quarterback, whether you're a receiver, whether you are a running back, you come up to the line and you're looking at the coverage to see what the defense is doing, because every defense has tells pre-snap of the coverage they are trying to ultimately do. Now, can some defense disguise their coverage? Yes, and we'll talk about that later in the video, but that's how this video is going to roll. So, first defense I'm going to draw up here. So we got our free safety lined up here, and these dashes are obviously the hash marks. Ball is in the middle of the field. This is a 2x2 offensive formation. So then we got our strong safety here. We're gonna have our corners lined up over here. We're gonna have 4 down linemen. Then we're gonna have our Will, gonna have our Mike, and going to have our Sam backer. So this is the defense, you guys. So a couple hints. These 2 safeties are lined up outside of the hash marks. These 2 corners are like pressed up, outside leverage on the 2 outside wide receivers. And then these are our 3 linebackers with 4 down linemen. So you guys can go ahead and pause the video and think about what coverage this might be. Now, before we get into the correct answer, fellas, if you are a wide receiver or a quarterback and you would like to train with myself and my staff of coaches this offseason, we're going to be coming out to 15 different locations across the entire U.S. for 2-day-long QB and wide receiver training camp. So guys, if you want some more information on our camps, how you can sign up, check out that very first link in the description below. We're going to be coming out to San Francisco, California, Orlando, Florida. Those 2 camps are completely sold out, and the rest of our camps will sell out, you guys, because we limit spots. We don't let just everybody attend, simply because we want to give athletes individualized attention and individualized coaching. It's not one of these big exposure camps with 1 million people there. Then we'll be heading out to Phoenix, Arizona, Charlotte, North Carolina, Austin, Texas. Then we'll be coming out to Las Vegas, Nevada, Seattle, Washington, Chicago, Illinois, Newark, New Jersey, Birmingham, Alabama, Houston, Texas, Boston, Massachusetts, Columbus, Ohio, Boise, Idaho, and finishing off our tour in Los Angeles, California. So guys, want some more information? Very first link in that description below. We'd love to have you there. Now, if you guys said cover 2, you would be correct on this coverage. Now, what makes it cover 2? Now, a lot of people will say that the corners being pressed outside leverage makes that it's cover 2, because cover 2 looks a lot like a defense called cover 4. Those are both 2 high safety concepts, and everybody would be like, oh, well, if the corners are off, it's cover 4. If the corners are pressed, it's cover 2. Because in cover 2, guys, these corners are in charge of the flats, right? So the flats here, and these 2 safeties are in charge of the deep halves of the field, right? Now in cover 4, they split the field up into 4 deep zones, not 2. So the corner drops, safety, corner drops. But the corners being outside leverage and press is not the reason how you could tell that this is cover 2. A lot of people might think it is, and maybe in some defenses it is if they don't do a good job disguising it, but as you get to a higher level of football, these corners are crafty individuals. Corners will always lie to us. Safeties will tell the truth. And the tell based on the safeties is them being outside of the hash marks. In cover 4, they are going to be tighter and probably a little bit closer, not to mention that the corners may be up. But guys, corners can show press and then bail out of there. So corners can tell us a little bit, but it's not our sole relying force. So it's cover 2 because those safeties are outside the hash, added bonus that those corners were pressed and outside leverage. And then obviously the Sam backer's playing hook to curl, Mike's playing middle hook to curl, Will is playing hook to curl over here. So the weaknesses of this defense, area between the corner and the safety, and the middle of this field. All right, fellas, so same format on the second part of our football IQ quiz. I'm gonna draw up a defensive look, and you guys are going to tell me what coverage you think it is based on what I drew up on this whiteboard. So first things first, we're gonna have a single high safety in the middle of the field, so that's my free safety. Then our corner is going to be up here, inside leverage on my outside wide receiver. The Will backer is going to be head up on that slot receiver. Then we obviously have our Mike backer here, and then we're going to be having our Sam backer walked down up on the line of scrimmage. So we have 4 down linemen, and that Sam backer is walked down. And then we have our strong safety lined up here, head up on the the slot, and then we have our corner on the opposite side, inside leverage on the outside receiver. So single high free, inside leverage from the corners, head up with the will, head up with the strong safety. Sam looks like he's bringing pressure, and the Mike is lined up right over the running back. So guys, I want you to pause this video, think about your answer. What coverage does this look like? Now, if you guys said cover one, that would be correct. Now, there are like maybe two single high free safety concepts. You have either cover one or cover three, both odd number coverages, right? So cover one and cover three can kind of look interchangeable. You have a single high free safety, and then you have two corners on the outside. Remember, like the last example, safeties tell us the truth, corners will always lie to us. But in this specific case, the strong safety is what tells us the truth. Because if this corner's inside leverage on the Z, inside leverage on the X, and his eyes are on him, that looks a little bit like man coverage. But again, they could disguise it and they could bail off. The key tell here is the will backer and the strong safety lined up head up over these two slot receivers with eyes on them, and the Sam looking like he is going to be bringing pressure. Now, this Mike backer could also be bringing pressure, but if this running back comes out and runs like a hook route, that is ultimately man coverage. So single high free kind of acts as like a deep center fielder back there. We got man coverage, obviously man coverage here, man coverage here, man coverage here, and that is why it is cover one. Now, what could work well against cover one, you guys? I mean, you know, you could work a quick fade, you could maybe work like a corner route, you could work like a quick slant from the slot, you could work a slant from the outside if you feel you could beat inside leverage. But again, guys, as a QB, just make sure that you are holding this free safety with your eyes as you drop back and work one of these matchups. Against cover one, it's always about the best matchup that you have. So let's say the slot on the strong safety is a good matchup. We want to exploit that. Maybe we change the play, maybe we change the call, or whatever the case may be. But that is your breakdown of the cover one defense.